That's a good story, huh? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will. I'm a D&D sex icon, and I'm back today with yet another episode of City of Mist, the Larskpur sequence. So let's get right on into it, and let's figure out who we are and who we're playing today with a full cast and crew. We have Metamancer in the MC seat tonight. Metamancer, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks, Will. Hi, guys. Metamancer. I run this story, which is causing lots of anxiety for many people. I'm very excited to see what happens this week, given the repercussions of last week's events. And we've got some fun things in store for everybody, so yeah.
Amazing. We also have Anna back with us tonight. Anna, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. I'm going to be playing Lena Ridley. And she is kind of traumatized by Shiyu, because he tried to kill her. So, anxiety's coming.
Anxiety's coming, and it ain't stopping because we've got Tommy back with us tonight. Perhaps Mr. Anxiety himself. How's it going, buddy?
It's going. I'm a little worried about what's gonna. I mean, I've just been in a constant state of worry for the last couple sessions. So, but definitely worried about how this is gonna affect his relationship with the crew. He's got a little soul searching to be done. He ain't the same sweet flower boy he used to be. And still stuck as scary flower boy right now, flower mythos. I play Shiyu, the K-pop boy, flower boy of the group. Used to be a good kid. We'll see if that's still the case. Probably not.
Scary flower boy of the group is my favorite title. Amazing. We have Sheepdog back with us. How's it going, my friend?
Hey guys, I'm Sheepdog. I play Jack Fantastic, who last episode teamed up with Gibbs to fight a faceless demon of some kind. And me personally, I'm burning in hell. It's so hot.
Amazing. And of course, similarly, must be burning away in that suit. Scraticus, how's it going, buddy?
Yes, I'm burning alive. It's great. I'm great. Hi guys, I'm back. Yay! I'm playing Dr. Hezekiah Shaw, and I'm not sure what all this is about someone else being scary in the party, but I'm sure we'll soon get round to investigating this.
Ironing that one out. Yeah, absolutely. As myself, I'll be playing Russell Gibbs, whose relationship with his wife and kids is on the brink of destruction, but he's closer than ever to solving the case, he feels, and sorting out whoever this fucking demon master overlord, Diablo 4 confirmed, of this city. So I'm certainly anxious as well to see where this goes and to see if we can crack this case and bring some goddamn justice to the city. But before we do, of course, I'll remind you guys that we are playing City of Mist, and we're sponsored by City of Mist here. So go to their website, cityofmist.co. We were chatting about it before we actually came live here, and you guys should check out all of the books and PDFs that they're doing. The artwork is, in fact, they just got nominated for, I think 3 Emmys, maybe more. Best artwork, best cartography, and something else, I think, Sid can tell me. So yeah, they just got nominated for a bunch of awards. So go over to cityofmist.co. It's definitely worth checking out over there. Also, of course, we're sponsored by Fancy Grounds and Willing Games. Fancy Grounds are virtual tabletop of choice where all of the maps, images, tokens, and roles are being used. Fancy Grounds. Is it the last day of the Steam Summer Sale today, or was that yesterday? If it is today, then there's still a discount going off for 25% off. Just ended? Well, fuck.
Okay,
the discount's gone. You missed a chance. But nonetheless, Fancy Grounds is a great product. Go and check it out to play your own virtual tabletops on. And of course, whalinggames.co.uk. Fantastic, huge line of miniature games, board games, role-playing games for up to 20% off the retail value. So go over there and check them out. Of course, you guys know you can interact with today's game. If you haven't followed the show, follow us here. 20 retweets as well on this tweet. You guys get a viewer decision where you guys get to decide something which happens next in our campaign, invariably involving Jack vomiting something. Last but not least, as Lady Purple reminds me here, you can throw Wild Magic Surges, Nat 1s, Nat 20s, and actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf at party members, so feel free to do so. We start off, of course, with a Wild Magic Surge for goodness, I'm tired, see you, you can have a wild magic roll, my friend, to kick things off. But I'll hand over to Metamancer to remind us what happened last week in a very eventful episode of the Larkspur sequence.
All right. Yeah, last week had a lot packed into a very short 3 hours. Okay, so the start of our episode last week, Dr. Shaw was paged and immediately left the vicinity while Gibbs and him were still investigating what had happened in the penthouse area of Shiyu's sister's workplace. Without really any warning, he went off, and Gibbs continued to figure out exactly what had transpired at the location. When he kind of had some moments to himself, really thinking through what he can see inside the bathroom, specifically with the bleach smell and such, he was able to find a very strange kind of residue on the wall that actually ended up allowing him to pass through and into a very, very long door-lined corridor in mostly darkness. After stepping through one of the doors, he realized that it transported people throughout various areas of the city, and he gathered up what was left of the team to continue the investigation. They tracked down the kidnapper to a pool area, but not before Gibbs was shown a vision of a woman that was floating in the water. Unfortunately, his vision was a vision of what was already in the past. And when they found the body in the same water of the pool house that they had just gotten to, it turned out to be Shiyu's sister. Completely distraught by this fact, Shiyu took all of his power that he could muster and resurrected her in the waters of the pool. Unfortunately, he had to pay a very severe price to do so, and he is now locked into his mythos form, completely unaware of his surroundings and disregarding his allies. In fact, so much so, with his anger, lashed out at Lena and attempted to kill her before she was able to get away. In the meantime, while all that was happening, Gibbs and Jack had continued their search through the corridor, tracking this kind of magical residue through, and managed to find a strange place where they tracked down this kidnapper, technically now killer. And unfortunately, it wasn't exactly what they thought it would be. It was very similar, actually, as Gibbs pointed out, to what Lena had described as someone who she witnessed kill someone else, and it wasn't very normal. Through the process, the two of them battled against this individual as he phased in and out of physical form, making it quite difficult. Luckily, Jack and Gibbs were able to wound it severely enough that they were able to start questioning it. Unfortunately, the language was very archaic and they didn't quite understand. In that process, they also happened to have Gibbs also see that the individual had been in some place, maybe even hell, talking to a greater demon, again, unable to understand the language. And of course, unfortunately, as luck would have it, right when they thought that they had the upper hand, this thing kind of faded into nothingness as it bursts into flame. And so, Lena, having left, went home and had a moment where she picked up the mirror fragment that she had previously placed, and in the reflection, she saw the watchmaker, Rosenberg. And that is where we're going to pick up tonight's episode.
I forgot that last
Let's... Oh.
Now I'm stressed again.
Yes, so we're going to pick up with this moment. Lena, you see Rosenberg through the reflection. He actually has a look of concern on his face. And you can't hear him, but he is speaking, like he is speaking to you. He knows that you're there, is what you feel.
Ooh. Okay, so you said he can't see me, but is talking to me?
You think he can see you, like you feel like
okay.
it's like almost like looking through a window.
All right.
But he's like speaking at you with this look of concern on his face, but you can't hear him.
Ooh.
You're welcome to try various things here. You could even go as far as to go like change the game if you want to try to do something with the mirror.
What? Hello? And I know it's the guy, right?
Yes, yeah, you
Like
definitely
that's-
recognize him.
Okay. What? And I like turn it around and like maybe upside down to see if it does anything. Hello?
It just looks like you're taking a picture and he's upside down now.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want?
He's trying to like talk to you, and you could only just see his mouth moving.
Can I try to tap at the glass to maybe try to break a little bit of it?
Do you want to like try to break the side of it, or are you just tapping in the middle?
Maybe the side of it. See if anything happens.
Yeah, you kind of like break off a piece, and you can just see less of where Rosenberg is. Like it's around the edge.
Yeah. Okay.
And now the fragment itself, the smaller fragment, is like you can still see before it fades out, like that piece that you just took off, like a puzzle.
Okay. All right. I don't know if you're trying to speak to me or I'm just going crazy, but I can't really hear you. But and then she goes to put her hand on the mirror or the glass, as in to like look around. Maybe she's being watched or something. And then she'll text Gibbs right away. And she'll text him the mirror. I think somebody's watching me from the mirror. But I can't hear them. Help? Question mark.
At this point, where is Gibbs?
You tell me.
I
You guys
actually
were
forgot
in the
what I
middle
did.
of yeah, you guys were in the middle of like seeing this thing dematerialize essentially. You and
Yeah, so
Jack.
we're fucking gone. So, yeah, probably like a bit breathless. I'll like look at what the fuck she mean, and I'll just give her a call.
Okay.
Yeah, Lena.
This mirror has come to life, and I don't know what's going on.
What do you mean come to life? How do mirrors come to life?
And then I grab a pillow and put it on top of the glass, as into deafening, so nobody can hear me. And then she's like, maybe that won't work. And she goes in front of her door outside. You know that mirror that I got at that shop?
Yeah.
So I think somebody's watching me, and it's who we've been trying to find for a while.
You mean through the
What's his
mirror
name?
they've been Rosenberg?
Yes.
That guy from the shop? Huh.
Yes.
You can see him in the mirror?
I can, and it kind of seems like he's talking to me, but I can't hear him.
Can you use your magic to hear him?
I don't even know how to use that properly, let alone for something like this. Do you want to just maybe get it off my hands? Maybe you guys can do it with your magic thing, and then Lena is still like super against using her.
We're kind of a little bit up right now, sweetie. Maybe we can get down there in a bit. I kind of looked at Jack on the phone like, she's got some weird shit going on of her mirror. I don't fucking know what she's talking about. She wants me to look at her mirror. I'm not a fucking repairman. Yeah, we'll be
I heard
right
all of
there.
that.
Shit. That was mostly Jack.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Jack does
Mostly
not
him.
sound like that.
He's
Just
doing this
hurry
weird
up.
accent. Listen, let me catch you up a little. Sirius has died. She's dead. She got killed. She drowned and was bludgeoned and then bleached.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we followed the killer. It's a demon from hell. And
Didn't she come
then
back?
Steve's
Yeah, you guys were all
sister's
together.
alive.
Yeah, Lena was here. Scrat was the one who wasn't here last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was me. Well, fuck. She's
Are you
alive
okay?
now.
Did you
know
lose your
everything.
memory?
Yes, for a moment I got distracted. We probably get down there. Take a look at the mirror.
Right.
Well, why don't you fuck around with it before we get there, in case it's you just need to spray it with something. Give it
This
a
is
buff.
a joke.
Bad mirror. Bad mirror.
What if he comes and kills me?
Okay. Well, all right, that's reasonable. Maybe back away from the mirror. Don't fuck with the mirror. Go to the guard outside and wait outside.
Okay.
Okay.
And then she hangs up.
Okay. So do you
All right,
grab
we
the
got
mirror or
live
do
ones.
anything with it before you go out?
I will fuck with the mirror.
Okay.
Doing the complete opposite of what he said. She's just so curious, but also really scared. But she's probably gonna try to. Would be. I don't know. Like none of my things could work.
Yeah, that's okay.
Ew.
Not a huge deal.
Okay.
You could try
Listen,
to
if
do
you can-
something like creative, but it's up to you.
Yeah.
Like kind of outside your wheelhouse if you want to try.
I talked to the mirror again.
Okay.
And listen, I don't know if you're trying to talk to me, but if you could write it out.
Yeah, he like starts like fumbling around. You can see him turn around and grab like a book and like start writing something down. When he reveals it to you, it says, "Come to the shop, hurry."
She just like panics and are you
Come alone.
gonna kill me? Come alone. Are you gonna kill me? Check yes or no.
He's just like
all right.
basically face palming, like he's motioning no. You can see
Okay.
it with his mouth. He's trying to say no.
All right. So I take the mirror with me, put it in my pocket or my bag, and then I text Gibbs. Change of plans. I think he's in trouble. I'm gonna go meet him at the shop.
Okay.
Again, because she's gives me
YOLO!
these like static texts. I'm like, how am I supposed to? I can't even get the button on this thing quick enough. So I call her up. And I'm like, Lena, what the fuck are you doing?
He might be in trouble, and I know I was scared of the
Who?
mirror, but
The mirror?
no, the mirror is not in trouble. It's already broken. Rosenberg.
Rosenberg's in trouble. Okay, so how do you know that?
Because I asked him to write it. To what he wanted to tell me, but
Of course you did. After you said fuck with the mirror,
yeah, I might have fucked with the mirror. I'm sorry.
you might have fucking fucked with the mirror, Lena. God damn it, that was my suggestion. I was gonna fuck with it. All right, so, and he said to come to see him.
Yes, I'm already on my way.
Oh,
think he's
so
in trouble.
you just
Yeah.
reply to strange men in mirrors who might be murderers and just go alone to their fucking watch shop?
She stops and panics, like, "Oh my god, he's right." But what if somebody's trying to kill him? What if whoever's trying to
What are
find
you gonna
us
do
is
about it?
there? Maybe I could kill him with these weird powers.
You want to kill someone? Lena, what the fuck is wrong with
No,
you?
I don't. Oh my god, I don't know what's going
You
on.
don't just kill people,
I
Lena.
have to go.
You need to-
And I hang up
No.
on him.
Fuck!
And then I just go towards the shop again. But I'm very like
Jack is-
cautious, so before I get there.
I turn to Jack and I'm like, I think she's gonna kill someone.
I only heard one side of that conversation. I have no idea what's going on.
Me neither. She said Rosenberg's in trouble. She's going to see Rosenberg. She thinks he's gonna be killed. and so she's gonna kill someone.
Is how does she know that? Is that part of her power?
She spoke to him in a fucking mirror. I don't know. It's Lena.
All right. Well, are we gonna go there then? Because I'm not gonna lie, I've had a fairly stressful day. I'd like to kind of go home and just lie down.
We're gonna go to Rosenberg to make sure no one gets killed.
Of course we are.
Let's call up the doc in case there might be a, I don't know, some kind of wound he needs to treat. So can you page Shaw on the way?
I
The only way to
have
get through
no
that.
idea how pages work.
Me neither. I just okay.
It's like 20
I'll
years
call.
ago, maybe, but
I didn't even know what they are. I'll call Shaw and see if he ever picks up his phone, or call his receptionist, I guess.
Okay, so you're going to call Shaw. We're gonna do a scene with you that was hours ago, essentially
Okay.
when you left. After you left, and Gibbs's call will come through towards the end of that. So let's swing on over to that whole scene. Shaw, you leave Ujin Labs and you make your way back to the office. When you arrive, the door is smashed in.
Sure. Hesitates for a second. He hesitates because he doesn't like the idea of entering a location that's potentially compromised without any sort of backup. He doesn't have a gun on him or anything.
Right.
But he's also, self-sufficient, and he's a little worried about Pamela. So I guess he'll hesitantly step through the door.
Okay. Your office isn't super big when you first step in, right? It's just kind of like the waiting area, right? With Pam's
it's like
desk and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. So you walk in, the lights are mostly out. It's still the middle of the day, so it's not dark because the windows, but you can see very evidently there's somebody in a chair kind of back towards where Pam's desk is, and then another figure standing next to the chair. So as you kind of walk forward, you get a better glance at it, and it appears as if, what you see is Pam, who has been tied to the chair, is sobbing, and a individual who looks very hulking and probably from the same group of people that you had previously interacted with before.
Okay, immediately I'm going to turn on my whole dreadful appearance and still creeping anxiety and just try and make this guy immediately feel uneasy before I even try and interact with him.
Okay. Change the game?
Yeah. I've got the move list here somewhere. There it is. I'll put it over there so I can quick reference it. Yeah, so I've got the 2 power tags to use there.
Okay.
Sorry, quick question. When you get because I wasn't sure about the power tags thing with a new mythos, do you get a new weakness tag as well?
Yes.
Okay, so my new weakness tag is savior mentality. So I don't know if that'd come into play right now.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah. So I guess that'd just be a +1 then?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay, really good roll. Yeah, so where's my cheat sheet? Change the game. Basically, you can pick what you want to apply to this person. I would say probably fear or dread or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I just want to make him literally anxious, not feared and not
Okay.
but just on the cusp of things could go wrong,
Okay, so let's actually call that, instead of a status, let's call that a story tag, so that if you want to use convince or investigate against him, you'll get basically an advantage. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds perfect.
Okay,
And
so go ahead.
And so then I guess I'll step forward and be like, what are you doing with my secretary?
I'm just here on behalf of a mutual acquaintance.
Oh, really? And Shaw was going to take out the scalpel that he keeps in his pocket. He's just going to start trimming his nails with it. Just trimming his nails with the scalpel. So, you couldn't face up to me back in the docks with your master carrying behind closed doors, so you pick on my secretary instead, my defenseless secretary. I believe I was more than cooperative, wasn't I?
You're thinking of the wrong person.
Am I now? Oh, it would seem I have more friends. Tell me then, who do you hail from?
Yeah, the boss doesn't like to be named, but he doesn't appreciate you doing business with Anatoly.
Oh, so an unknown rival. And I suppose I'm supposed to predict his wants, am I?
Maybe. Maybe not. I'm just here to send a message. You might want to rethink your relationship.
I mean, it's an interesting beginning to the message, but surely that can't be the whole thing. Usually there's deals and stipulations, or at least a threat.
Well, I could have killed your secretary, but... guess the
Honestly, she means nothing. She means nothing to me, but hiring a new one would be bothersome.
Pam just keeps she's crying more. So much more now.
God bless Pamela. Her erotic fiction books just sprawled everywhere.
Nothing at all? She seemed to be pretty concerned about having to contact you to get you here.
Oh, they always are.
Well, if it doesn't mean anything to you, then you won't mind if I just clean up some loose ends here.
So, yeah, okay, he's totally calling my bluff. So, I'd like to convince him not to do that. I'm going to use several power tags.
Okay.
I would rather you not make a mess of my surgery. And I'm going to try and go like fearsome, dreadful appearance. I'm going to use that anxiety as much as I can.
Yeah. Whatever you end up rolling, you'll have basically a +2 from the previous roll.
Okay, so I think I've got 1, 2, 3, and probably 2 weaknesses as well, so it's only a +1 again.
Okay. You can add the 2 from the anxious story tag if you'd like, since it's a negative against him. Oh god. Okay, good. 7. Yeah, just barely. He is willing to hear you out. Like, you can tell his demeanor kind of changes. His body language kind of slightly relaxes. He still has the definite anxiety that you can tell. There's a little bit of excessive perspiration, so to speak. Just kind of have that inevitable feeling of like everything's just a little bit warmer in this building right now, kind of thing. And so, yeah, what do you want me to do with her then? Because I, unfortunately, can't really leave without her talking, potentially, unless you have a way of guaranteeing that she doesn't.
My dear man, I have been working with the mob for years, and Pamela has been a trusted secretary throughout the entire time. Whilst she may mean nothing to me, I'm sure you can appreciate how a secretary with tight lips is a valuable asset.
That's a fair point. loyalty can be helpful in these cases, I guess. But we still have to work out this disagreement with my boss in Anatoly.
I'm intrigued, honestly. I love the politicking of mobsters. So tell me, what exactly is his disagreement?
Anatoly is making moves against some very powerful people. And up until now, only a few individuals know who he was. Well, who Anatoly was, rather. We had to do a lot of digging to find out who was trying to undermine the authority of my boss.
I bet you did. He does take many steps to keep secretive. I can't help but wonder how you got the lead to me, but of course you won't tell me.
Let's just say my boss has some very deep connections.
So what does your boss want from me, specifically? Just to end the relationship? Because honestly, that would cost me a significant amount of money.
Anatoly relies on many relationships. Just severing that isn't going to help. But you could help us kill him.
Help you kill Anatoly? Now that sounds like it's worth lots and lots of money.
It could be. My boss can't get directly involved, but I can always come back with a proposal, I guess. He wasn't really sure how things would go with you, so.
Oh, I think most people find me most amenable, for the most part.
So far.
How do I know you're not just setting yourself up as a middleman? How do I know there is a boss and that you're not merely here to mess with me?
I guess you don't.
Be awfully nice
I'm
to have
paid a lot
some.
for my loyalty to my boss, so I can't tell you who he is.
So I suppose we are similar in that sense. Perhaps there is an honor amongst thieves. Let's say I do trust you. What happens next? What's the next step? Do you always smash doors in as a way of communicating? Very aggressive. I hate to hear what your psychiatrist thinks.
Don't have one.
Oh, I can thoroughly recommend one. They do wonders. I'm so much better than I was.
I don't know about that. Don't have a lot that I can talk about in that kind of a setting. But that's not the point anyway of this discussion. So we need to know about the intricacies of Anatoly's operation. And since he seems to favor you, whatever deal you have with him, I don't really care, but we need to know how to get in the facility, which facilities he's at. He's very mobile from what we can tell. Doesn't stay in one place for too long.
So you'd like me to be a double agent?
Sure, if that's what you want to call yourself.
It has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Sounds so much better than a filthy spy.
I guess.
The way I see it, this would be double the reward, but double the risk.
True. Let's put it this way. My boss knows more than he tells everybody else, including myself, in order to keep us from getting to the wrong hands, so to speak. And one thing I do know is that there's something particularly special about you. Otherwise, Anatoly wouldn't have taken you into his operation. And I think that whatever that is, can help us.
Is a meeting with your boss out of the question?
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
I can do the whole black bag thing. I'm used to this process.
No, unfortunately, physically meeting him face to face would be very dangerous for him and you.
Oh, no, that's intriguing.
It's part of the process to keep this city in line.
Can I have a few days to mull over my decision? As I see it, I have two options without dying. I can become a double agent or merely rescind my interactions with Anatoly, correct?
How do you think Anatoly would take that?
Anatoly is not your problem, my dear boy.
It would just be a shame to lose a resource, I guess, but that's your prerogative, what you want to do with that. I'll
So
give
my
you a
question
day.
is, a day, fantastic.
Perhaps I can avoid having to come down here in this manner again.
Be most pleasant. I tell you what, why don't we make a date out of it? They can have lunch somewhere. We can go and sit down and talk like civilized people rather than standing over tied up corpses or bodies. Sorry, Pamela. Perhaps in a nice neutral setting.
Perhaps. There's a place in. Actually, I could use some pizza tomorrow. So let's go for pizza. It's a nice place in the Italian district.
I look forward to it.
And Anatoly has a tendency not to go there too often. So,
Perfect.
okay, good. Around the same time?
How about later on in the evening? I know I said lunch, but actually, usually, as you may be aware, I'm part of a police investigation at the moment. It's most bothersome.
Yes, we are
They tend
aware.
to take up my time during the day, so perhaps an evening when they all go clubbing or whatever it is they do, I could meet up with you then.
Okay. We can do that. I'll have the I'll have a bit more information for you tomorrow as well then. If you decide
Fantastic.
to do the right thing.
I thoroughly
Have a
look
good
forward to
day,
it.
miss. You as well, Dr. Shaw.
Goodbye.
Kind
Be
of
careful on your
walks
way
on by.
home.
He walks out. Pamela's just a mess right now. Her sobs have kind of stopped. She's just too exhausted to keep crying at this point. And she's just sitting there in a quite awful state.
As soon as he's like out around the corner and like he's heard a few steps and he's not coming back, he's gonna rush over to Pam and like cut her bonds with the scalpel and like just like strip away the gag or whatever and just make sure that she's okay.
Yeah.
Not
She's,
mentally okay, but physically okay.
Yeah. Physically, she seems fine, other than like the lacerations kind of around her wrists where the rope was. But yeah, she's definitely distraught. She keeps saying "I'm sorry" over and over again, just trying to like muster any words she can between heavy breathing and like trying to catch her own breath.
Stop that, Pamela. Clearly my interactions in the city have compromised things. Would you stop that? Are you going to be okay?
I'll be okay. It's fine. Maybe I could go home for a little bit.
Yes, I think it's safe to say that I put him off your scent at least. So as long as I'm okay, I imagine you should be okay from now on. Perhaps for the next week or so, though, you should work from home. Still direct my calls, but do it from your place, a safe location.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go. She starts to pack up some of her files and such before she makes her way out the door.
Hang on a minute, Pamela. Whilst I do normally advocate a brisk walk, it's good for the system, not in your state. Let me call you a cab.
Okay.
And I'll call her up a cab.
Okay. And she waits before the cab gets there and heads off. What would you like to do before you get this inevitable phone call to your office?
Just sort of like, I guess, just clean the place up a bit. Like, he's kicked in the door and stuff. There was no need for that. What a dick. So, he's gonna just sweep it up, try and like maybe board it up a bit.
That was the dick move, not like the framing of your family.
You've disorganized everything.
Yeah, he's upset all of the order.
My books are not in perfect alphabetical order.
Okay. So it takes you some time to clean everything up. There's more of a mess now that you got a chance to actually take a look over everything. And the phone on Pam's desk starts to ring.
I'll walk over sort of awkwardly and I hate these things. Dr. Shaw speaking.
Gibbs, it's Shaw.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get down to Rosenberg's like right now.
No. Get down to Rosenberg's. And what would you like
That's
me to
not
do
a
there, Gibbs?
Euphemism or a metaphor or anything. No, I mean literally get down to the watch shop. Because I think Lena is either gonna try and stop someone from getting killed and put herself in danger, or maybe kill someone. It's all very confusing. Also, see you sister's dead, but now she's alive. I'll see you there. I hang up.
Okay.
I'm like, you can tell I'm driving super dangerously at this point as well.
So tell me, Gibbs. Tell me, what, like with the dial tone, is it? Tell me, is there any way that you could? Oh, hang on. Oh, bloody things.
Pages.
I'll just page Lena. I'll just say, I'm not far from your place. See you shortly.
I don't reply.
It should just come up like a text. Like,
yeah. I just look at it and then just keep going. And then kind of worried a little bit. Because
All right,
Dr.
cool.
Shaw's kind of crazy.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, let's swing up to Shiyu, who I know we have a wild magic search for Tommy. So, what were you doing before that takes place? Because Lena had left abruptly, getting away from you. You had stopped yourself because you were more focused on your sister's recovery. So, what would Shiyu have been doing?
Well, he's still in his mythos form, so still
Right.
just flowers everywhere. I mean, I think a lot of it is just spent like making sure his sister's okay, like healing anything that even like every minor like scratch or like even stuff that probably is a result of her tinkering with her research and whatnot. Like he's healing everything. And I mean, I think it's just generally watching over his sister. I think the flowers and the trees in the area have definitely grown more than they normally would in this certain amount of time. I think that he certainly has an effect on those things. Yeah, I mean, well, it's getting late. Does his roommate show up? Is the question.
So far not.
Okay.
But they have a tendency to work pretty late, especially
Yeah,
with
for sure.
all the foundation work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
So
That he's not doing.
Yeah, they're basically picking up the slack for you at this point. Because I don't think you've been into work in several days at least. So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's not much else that he's just very intense about his sister right now.
Okay.
And yeah, that's until this. I think until this goes away or he's given something more immediately of concern, this is what he's going to be doing.
Yeah. Given how things transpired, if you want to explore your mythos as a montage, that might be a good thing for you to do since your mythos is pretty much dominating right now.
Yeah. So yeah, that I think that anything, he's exploring his mythos, and I think it's, and I think sort of as this happens, like, this is actually the first time, like, I think this is when he starts, because he's got a new power. She has a new power, and that is of divination. And basically this reflects itself as, and he sees this on his sister first, is that there is a flower that sort of he can see sort of blooming on her chest, like over clothes, over everything. It's not like so physical. It's more like just something he can see. And so I think this is him starting to try and figure out what that is.
Okay. Do you feel like that's the divination or the expression mythos that you're, or like mythos?
This is the divination that he's exploring.
Okay.
The flower, being able to see the flower on someone else is a divination.
Okay. No, I know that, but I meant from which mystery are you exploring specifically? Because there's two different questions that you're asking yourself, right?
Yeah.
So either one, depending on.
No, I think I think he's sort of going through his head, like, who can I trust? Like, who would just kill my sister? And, he's still angry about, how he kind of feels, at least in this sort of enraged mythos personification of himself, that the others could have done more, or they should have done more, or something. And so he's sort of exploring, like, who can I trust with this?
Right. Okay.
And so so I think this is divination.
Okay. Cool. So go ahead and mark an attention. You immediately gain a new power tag since it's a nascent theme right now. So feel free to put that in there whenever you're ready. So part of the answer to your question, and you can feed in the narration for this if you'd like, but along the lines of, your companion's not doing enough in the eyes of you in this form. What do you think are the repercussions right now, like, for him? Assuming that he can't leave his mythos form, like, what do you think is his narrative focus?
I think his focus is first to see that his sister's okay, then to see that she is safe, and then to hunt down whoever killed her.
Okay.
And no, like, and that third part, like, no one should get in his way.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
He's not going to like inherently trust everyone. Yeah.
Oh, obviously, you lost that bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So when we get a chance to, in the story, you can probably search for clues to help you reach those particular goals. So just keep that in mind as we move forward into the whole thing. And obviously, since you are in your mythos form still, you obviously still have your humanity because you're not an avatar right now, but the mythos is driving you behind, like, everything that you do versus, like, there's not a very good balance right now. So if you see an opportunity to ask questions, feel free to, to slot yourself into like a scene, for example. Cool. Okay.
Right.
So, with that said, let's swing over to Jack and Gibbs one more time as you're in the car, speed racing your way to Rosenberg's. Lena you don't live super far from that area of downtown, do you? It's the older district. Okay. So she'll probably get there since she's walking slightly earlier because Gibbs and Jack had to get out of the building that they were in, figure out where the hell they were, that whole process. So Gibbs is making his best attempt to get there as fast as he can. While you're in the car, is there anything you guys need to do? Jack, since you're sitting and this is technically a downtime for you. You're not actively doing something other than sitting in a vehicle. If you want to try to recover at least some of your power tags, I will give you the opportunity to do that. Up to you.
I would like to do that, please.
Okay.
The other thing is that,
you're really burnt out.
the other thing is that Israeva gave Lena a wild magic surge, which reads that her skin appears to have been boiled. So,
okay,
blend
let
that
me
one
write
out,
that down.
So excited for that.
super stoked. I'm just driving super dangerously and not really looking where I'm going.
Okay.
Jack doesn't notice he's having a power nap. Like the second he got in the car, just
Just fell asleep.
like so every corner you take, he's like,
I'm like talking to him the whole time. He's like, left here, but I don't look over. So.
Okay. So which montage are you doing as Jack? Real quick. That's the next activity by taking a rest, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, and CU had the wild magic surge that he can't wake up without anyone else's assistance. So he needs someone
I
to
hope
wake
you
him
don't
up
go
in
to
the morning.
sleep soon.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that when he like this mythos thing is very draining. Like so
yeah. I'm gonna prepare for the next activity. So unburn all my burnt stuff.
Yep. Sounds great. That also will remove any statuses that you have. I don't remember if we kept any on you. We might have, but let me double check.
I think I had something from the demon.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you have any statuses, you can remove them from Jack. If anybody else has statuses still, go ahead.
Yeah, I hate to do this to Gibbs, but keep in mind you were bleeding, I believe.
Yeah, I was bleeding, but
Yeah.
so like it probably hurts to drive.
Yeah, that's still a thing right now.
Yep.
You guys can take care of that once you get to a point where you can rest a little bit, but at this moment, that's still a negative against anything that you might be doing. I'm trying to find where I put that as a status on you, and maybe I put it on a post-it note. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, so Lena, you arrive on site, and Rosenberg's appears closed, like the lights are off. But the door is slightly ajar. It's not like smashed or anything because it's a glass one, but like it hasn't been closed on all the way. Like pulled closed. It's kind of still open.
Okay, before going in, I would like to kind of peek through a window if possible.
Yeah. There's the storefront has like the two large windows. You don't see anything. There doesn't appear to be any disturbances. Where Rosenberg was before, like behind the cashier's desk, essentially, or like that area. You don't see anyone either, but there is an office at the back that you remember.
Okay. Is there stealth in City of Mist?
There is.
Okay.
There is There's a sneak around
thing.
Yep.
Let me bust a sneakaroo.
Okay. Go ahead. One sec.
This is a terrible idea, just so you know, Lena. But I fully support this decision.
Life. This is the one rebellious thing she's done this whole game.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe, yeah. It's like you walk in and just get shot. Like, that could also happen. Or, like, get eaten by demons.
I mean, or that. I'll just reroll.
Then again, we could just resurrect you, It's no big deal now. We do that all the time.
True. Yeah. And maybe she'll be in Tommy's.
Okay, you guys are a little taking a little more stock into that power then.
Hey, I believe you are like basically Jesus. You've literally made someone come back from death.
We
like,
missed the part where he is currently stuck in this other form and trying to kill him.
Hey,
We didn't see that.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with you. I don't think I even know that you attacked Lena yet. Or maybe you text me.
No, not yet.
I thought I did.
Maybe you did. Maybe I ignored it.
I don't know. Maybe. I forgot.
It's been pretty
Roll back
chaotic.
the
I might
tape.
not have even seen it in like the fight. If that was happening while I was fighting the demons, I might not have sent the text if you did send it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's like up in our chat log, so I haven't seen it.
Yeah. So a sneak around, you use your power, your roll plus power. So anything that can basically help you, or any abilities that can help you be stealthy or secretive.
Oh, I have undetectable,
That's good.
dexterous, and athletic. Does strong come into this?
I don't think you'd be using strength. I don't think you'd be using physical strength to overcome this. I don't think.
All right.
Unless you can make a good argument for it.
2d.
Really strong sneaking.
Plus 3.
Like lift weights
Cool.
way to do it.
Yeah, a 10 is good. So yeah, a 10 is just straight up you succeed at being stealthy. So just describe to us what you are doing.
Sure. As I look into through the window, and I don't see anything, she's just gonna crouch down. Is there like a space between the window and the floor?
Yeah.
Or okay. So she'll crouch down and then she'll go like looking around over her shoulder and stuff and go through the front door without like doing her best not to make any noise. And then it's like Mission Impossible, like dun,